Hello again everybody, this is Gusto. I have another review. This is the third part in the 24-hour United Kingdom ORP sent to me by Scotsman 1984. The previous two episodes have involved breakfast and lunch, and today will be the dinner portion. Once again, thank you to Scotsman 1984 for sending me this ration pack, so please head over to his page and check him out. He's putting out some very good content. So here's what I've come up with for dinner. The main item is the beef with cassava. Dessert will be sticky toffee pudding. There are some side items, which is some dried fruit consisting of melon, mango, pineapple fruit mix. There is a caramel flavored instant hot chocolate drink, a can of mixed nuts, coffee, and a black currant beverage powder. So first things first, let's get the main item heated up, and I'm also going to heat up the sticky toffee pudding. So while those are heating up, let's get the rest out onto a tray. For the side items, we'll start with the cocktail nuts, and this says that it contains peanuts, almonds, giant corn. It says barbecue flavor. Also shows hazelnuts and cashews. Alright. Comes in an easy open tin. There you go. Has kind of a roasted scent to it. Next we'll put out the melon, mango, and pineapple fruit mix. This feels like all dried fruit in here. There's quite a bit of it, 75 grams, and it's a pretty decent sized pouch. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. Quite a bit of it. Just share that with my kids, they love that stuff. Next we'll mix the beverages, and I'm going to start with the black currant beverage powder. And this one, like the orange, calls for 375 milliliters of cold water. Interestingly, the grapefruit that we had at breakfast called for 500 milliliters, so these two need less water. That's one thing about this ration pack, is it does require a lot of water to reconstitute all of the beverages. So it does a good job in making you meet your daily fluid intake requirement. So this powder is purple, and we'll add some water. That should be pretty close. Give it a good stir. Next we have coffee, and again this is a freeze-dried coffee crystals. To that we'll add 1 sugar, and 1 creamer. Give that a quick stir. And finally we'll prepare the cocoa beverage. Again, this is a caramel flavored instant hot chocolate drink. It calls for 300 milliliters of hot water. Fill that up to 300 milliliters. And give it a stir. So now the entree and the dessert have been heating for about 10 minutes in boiling water. Again, the entree is the beef with cassava. There's the ingredients if you'd like to read those. And like the other portions, this is pretty substantial. This is a 300 gram food pouch, so provide you with a lot of energy. Oh yeah, so open that up. You see some pieces of meat in there. Let's get it out on the tray. Wasn't really sure what to expect there, but it kind of looks like a stew. And finally, the dessert is a sticky toffee pudding. Sorry, I'm not going to turn this upside down because I have to open it from this end and I don't want to make a mess. So let's get this out on the tray. And first indications show this to be quite sticky indeed. Alright, so let's get this onto the tray. Try not to make a mess. Wow, look at that. That's impressive. So now that that's out on the tray, there's all the ingredients if you're interested. Smells fantastic. A really sweet, buttery scent to that sauce. Kind of looks like a bread pudding. So there you have it. There's the third portion of this meal. Let's get you some close-ups. So here's the main entree, and this is the beef with cassava. You can see big chunks of beef in there, and then there's the cassava. It's kind of a starchy root vegetable. It's in kind of a beef broth. Smells pretty tasty. And then the dessert, again, looks like a bread pudding and kind of a caramel sauce on top. So let's get started. First of all, let's try the main entree, the beef with cassava. And there you have it up close. Great texture, big chunks of meat and cassava. That's very good, actually. The cassava tastes a lot like potatoes. It's just kind of a starch. And then the meat is very tender, very flavorful. The overall dish is not too salty, and the broth is very flavorful. This is actually a very nice dish. Now I do have some green Tabasco sauce. I'm going to put in that because I like spicy food, and I think this will add very well to this dish. We'll try that in a minute. Let's move on to the side items. We'll try the mixed nuts. I'll try to get a little bit of everything. Alright, so here's what we have. A lot of peanuts, got some cashews. This looks like a corn nut. I'm going to grab an almond and a Brazil nut too. So there you go. Good assortment of nuts. Has kind of a smoky scent to it. Yeah, that's very good. Actually, very fresh flavor to the nuts. There's also in here, there looks like some little corn puffs. I'm not really positive on what those are, but they're kind of mixed in there. Yeah, I think those are just little corn puffs. But a lot of flavor in that in the nuts. It's salty, kind of a barbecue roasted flavor they put on that. It's pretty good. Now we'll try the fruit mix. And that looks like just a typical candied dried fruit. It says it has melons and mangoes and pineapples. Looks tasty. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's actually very sweet, but good fruit flavor. I'm going to share that with my kids later on. They'll love it. We'll try our beverages next. Start with the black currant beverage powder. It's made kind of a deep red drink. Yeah, that's a good flavor. Currants are not a fruit that I'm accustomed to. You don't see them very much around here, so it's a nice flavor. It's kind of a grape or blackberry mix of a flavor. Pretty tasty. Again, not overly sweet on those beverage powders. None of them have been very sweet. They almost taste carbonated. They're kind of a little bit on the effervescent side, and they tend to have a little bite to them at the end. So actually very good beverage powders. Next we'll try the coffee. Again, this is just an instant coffee, nothing special about that. And again, pretty typical of instant coffee. A little bit on the bitter side. And then the cocoa beverage. This is the caramel flavored cocoa beverage. That's actually very good. I tend to compare it to the United States cocoa beverage powder, maybe not quite as sweet, a little bit darker chocolate flavor to it, but then you have that caramel flavor to it as well. That adds a little bit of sweetness. Alright, now moving on to the dessert. That is the sticky toffee pudding. Let's get a piece here. Wow, that is some very, very sticky sauce there. So there you go, there's the up close. Can't really see the pudding itself, it's kind of buried in that toffee sauce. Wow, that's actually very tasty. Very buttery, sweet sauce there. And then the bread pudding in there has really good texture. It's somewhat denser than I'm used to with bread puddings. This is pretty hot. I just took it out of the boiling water, but it has actually stayed pretty dense despite heating it aggressively. But that's very good. Very, very sweet. Now we'll go back to the main entree and add some Tabasco sauce. Again, this is the green sauce. I miss seeing these little bottles in the US MREs. They're now in little foil pouches. I'm going to put it all in there. Again, I like food kind of on the spicy side. Mix that up. And we'll give it another taste. There you go. Oh yeah, that changes it completely. Very subtle heat to it now. That green sauce gave it a very good flavor. It adds a little bit of salt, but you can also taste a little bit of the vinegar that's in that sauce. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's a very good entree, especially with the Tabasco in it. So this has been the dinner portion of the United Kingdom 24-hour ORP. Again, thanks to Scotsman1984 for sending this to me. I greatly enjoyed this ration. As an announcement to the viewers, I do have a Facebook page. It's RC Gusto Ration Review, so head over there and check that out. I have a few new ideas that I wanted to bounce off of you, so head over there. As always, thank you to all the reviewers in the community for all of your support, and to all the viewers and subscribers. I'll continue to do my very best to get good quality content out to you as soon as I can, so please stay tuned. Much more to come. So until next time, thank you very much. Bye-bye.